Hi everyone, it's Daniel, and today I'm going to be reviewing the classic John Hughes 1987 film, Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Now, I just watched this last night, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was the first time I'd watched it, and that's really terrible for me because, as much as I love John Hughes, I should probably have seen all his films by now. And I'm going to go back and, try and watch all his back catalogue, the stuff he directed, the stuff he wrote, produced, whatnot. Now, I'm sure most of you have seen this film before. If you haven't, to sum it up, basically it stars Steve Martin and John Candy, and Steve Martin's sort of the main character who needs to get home, I think, back to Chicago for Thanksgiving dinner, and he has all travel problems along the way. First the plane, then there's I don't know what comes first. Anyway, it's with planes, automobiles, and trains. There's all sorts of travel problems, and he meets John Candy's character, who he's basically a pain in the arse, but a funny pain in the arse. He sort of winds Steve Martin up along the way. They end up going to a hotel together. Don't want to give any spoilers away, but it's a great quotes in this. Especially for me, I think the funniest quote I liked was the pillow quote, and people who have seen it will know what I mean. A fantastic, probably one of the most famous quotes in the movie. And of course, John Candy's speech, about his speech about he likes him, his wife likes him, was a great speech, great moment in the film. John Hughes and John Candy, for me, were two of the biggest losses to the film industry. I mean, John Hughes, obviously for a while he didn't do anything. He, just in 2008, the movie Drillbit Taylor came out, which he actually wrote the screenplay for, I think back in the 80s or 90s. And it's got like a sort of feel to an 80s, 90s movie. You could imagine that film being done then. I think particularly in the 80s, you can imagine that film being done. And I quite liked Drillbit Taylor. I thought it was decent. Would have been better if John Hughes was directed it, I thought, but it was decent. And I just think, if he was still around today, there's so many films out today that are just money makers. And I really miss his sort of 80s vibe, just fun, family films, doing it for the entertainment, purely, doing it for entertainment value. And, I think John Hughes, just a big loss. And then John Candy, died at 43, 1994. The last film he did was, of course, the last one that came out was Canadian Bacon, which was awful. Although I've heard it's awful, I haven't seen it. But, the last one he worked on, of course, was Wagons East, and he died, of course, on set. And if he was around today, I'd really love to see him around today, because it would be interesting to see if he could do more sort of serious or sort of villain type roles. Because I think pretty much all he did was family and comedy, pretty much, and of course that's what he's known for. That's what he was best at. But does this film take over Uncle Buck for me? Because I've always said Uncle Buck's my favourite John Candy film, John Hughes film. I think this one might overtake it for me. I think this one, for me, made me laugh more than Uncle Buck did. Uncle Buck's still fantastic. It's a very, very close second. Close to first, but it's in second. But this one, for me, I think overtook it. It's absolutely fantastic, and definitely a film, I reckon, as well, with the sort of snow and whatnot. You could watch this as a Christmas film, but you don't have to. It's a film for any time, really. But maybe just, especially at Christmas. Now, it's 15 in the UK. And people who have seen it will know what I mean when I say you don't know why it's a 15 up until a certain scene. Then you know, oh yeah, that's a 15. But it's just really, really good movie, and John Hughes, John Candy died far too young for me. I don't think no one's really lived up to either of them. There's arguments for that, of course, but you guys say what you think below. Does anyone live up to them? Just check out Planes, Trains and Automobiles if you haven't, because it is truly, truly brilliant. Okay, thanks for watching the review. Bye for now.